Welcome to Motoring Today, the Philippines' premier and longest-running weekly motor news and features TV and online magazine. I'm Ray Louie Gamboa.
And I'm Susie Gamboa. Here are this week's features to watch out for.
On Motoring Forum, we shall discuss the progress of the Metro Manila Subway Project, our road safety reminder in the Yonge Street Smart Portion centers on the proper way to cross the street after alighting from a vehicle. This week's Mayong Chuper shall be about the limit on the number of passengers in PUVs. The public service segment centers on buses and private vehicles outside of their lanes. Showcases this week shall have the MPV from Mitsubishi, the Expander GLS 4AT.
All these plus the latest news in transportation and traffic management, as well as developments in the automotive industry, are on this week's edition of Motoring Today. Join us.
Ambition. It's not a destination, nor a finish line. It's what you keep racing towards, to push, to the extremes, to race, race, race. That's when you find the limit. That's our ambition, so you too can race yours.
The Mitsubishi Strada athlete, confident to the core.
Suzuki Ertiga.
Life is beating fast. Find what you're waiting for.
Seven-seater in style.
Welcome back to Motoring Today. Here now are the latest news and developments in the country's transportation and traffic management. Putting the National Capital Region under Alert Level 1 seemed inevitable following the downtrend in COVID-19 cases. Transport authorities anticipated this and said that they were prepared.
The Transportation Department believes it is well prepared for Alert Level 1 in Metro Manila or the National Capital Region. The DOTR says under Alert Level 1, public transportation will be allowed to operate at 100% capacity to meet the expected increase in demand as more trade and services reopen for business. And businesses that were allowed to reopen under higher alert levels ramp up operations with the easing of restrictions. Highlighting preparations aimed to meet increased demand for public transport is the opening of 71 more routes to be plied by 8,729 public utility vehicles beginning on March 15. This will augment the 1,514 routes with 118,238 PUVs already operating in Metro Manila. The DOTR said that the service contracting program, which formed part of the Libreng Sakay program for health workers and other APORs, will continue to be implemented using the 7 billion peso funding allowed for it under the 2022 General Appropriations Act. The EDSA busway, which has significantly reduced travel time between Monumento and Caloocan City and Pasay to just 40 to 50 minutes, will fully show its potential to transport commuters faster with full capacity under Alert Level 1. The DOTR also said that it will continue to support active transport by adding more bike lanes even as it has completed more than 500 kilometers of bike lanes in Metro Manila, Metro Cebu, and Metro Davao. At the same time, the DOTR clarified that for intrazonal and interzonal travels between an area with a higher alert level classification and an area under Alert Level 1, the lower passenger capacity rate between the point of origin and point of destination will be enforced.
With public transport now operating at 100% capacity, it is hoped that commuters still understand the need to observe mandated safety protocols such as proper wearing of masks. The Transport Department reports that the construction of the basic infrastructure of the North Avenue Common Station should be completed by the end of this month.
Following an inspection of the common station, Transportation Secretary Arthur Gade said he wants to see the project operational ahead of this schedule. This will interconnect 3 existing rail transit lines, the LRT-1, MRT-3, and MRT-7, as well as the future Metro Manila subway. The common station is targeted to be open to the public by July of 2022, but Secretary Togade said he wants to see it operational before the term of President Duterte ends. The Secretary added that he plans to inspect and make sure that the electromechanical system will also be in place so that the common station will come into reality as soon as possible without sacrificing quality of work and reasonability of cost. The project contractor BF Construction has assured Secretary Togade that work on the common station will continue 24/7 to meet his target schedule. To date, the station building of Area A is now connected to Area B, or the atrium, which is now 100% complete.
It's been more than 15 years since the NEDA Investment Coordination Committee approved the proposal for the common station. That becoming a reality should be great news for commuters. The site of the newly opened LTO district office will soon serve more than licensing and registration needs of motorists and drivers in Cavite.
Motor vehicle owners, drivers, operators of public utility vehicles in Bacoor and nearby areas will soon have one place to go for registrations, licenses, and permits to operate. During the inauguration of the new LTO district office in Bacoor, Transportation Secretary Arthur Gade directed officials of the LTO and the LTFRB to work together in the same site. Secretary Arthur Gade envisions the LTO district office site to be a central hub for the needs of motorists, vehicle owners, and transport operators. Aside from the LTO and the LTFRB, the Secretary wants to have a motor vehicle inspection center as well as a driving school. The new office will serve residents of Bacoor and nearby areas who heretofore had to travel far to get licenses, renew registrations, and get other LTO services.
The opening of the LTO district office in Bacoor and the plan for it to become a hub for other services to fulfill the DOTR's objective of bringing government services closer to the people. Railway lines, like road transport modes in the country, are now operating at 100% capacity.
The MRT-3, PNR, and LRT lines are now operating at 100% capacity. Like in the road sector, this comes after placing the metro and other areas under Alert Level 1. The DOTR said that the railway sector has been rehabilitated and upgraded to provide more efficient and better services and should be ready to operate back at 100% capacity. It cited the MRT rehabilitation program, which has operational trains from the lowest 6 up to 22 trains and increased the train's operating speed from 35 to 60 kilometers per hour. With reduced travel time intervals between trains at stations, the MRT-3 has increased capacity from 200,000 to 600,000 passengers per day. Meanwhile, the Light Rail Transit Authority has completed the repair of 34 elevators and 26 escalators at LRT stations. New 4G light rail vehicles will also begin to run from Baclara to Roosevelt stations of the LRT-1 by the second quarter of 2022. The DOTR said that strict enforcement of health and safety protocols will be implemented under Alert Level 1, including mandatory wearing of face masks inside trains, stations, depots, as well as other rail facilities. At the same time, the MRT-3, LRT-1 and 2, and PNR will continue to conduct free random antigen testing. Vaccination drives in select stations of the MRT-3, LRT-2, and LRT-1 will also continue.
Government authorities seem to be optimistic that with the NCR and other areas placed under Alert Level 1, the economy will open up further and things will return to normal, or as close to the normal state of things pre-pandemic. Those are the latest news and developments in transportation and traffic management. Coming up next is Motoring Forum, brought to you by Suzuki Philippines. Who would have thought that a subway project in flood-prone Metro Manila would make headway in so short a time after being moribund for more than 4 decades? Motoring Forum tackles how the Metro Manila subway got on track and what progress has already been made.
A proposal for the construction of the country's first subway system was first broached in 1973 under the Urban Transport Study in Manila Metropolitan Area. But until 2016, the proposed Metro Manila Subway Project, or MMSP, had no completed feasibility study, no approval from the NEDA or National Economic and Development Authority Board, no financing, and no awarded contract. Since then, much progress has been made towards the realization of the first ever subway system in the country. In September of 2017, the MMSP got NEDA board approval. The first tranche loan under the Japan International Cooperation Agency, or JICA, was signed in March of 2018. And in November of the same year, the first contract toward the establishment of the subway was awarded. By this time, 4 other contracts have been awarded for civil works of the partial operability section of the subway, 240 train cars, and electromechanical systems. 3 more civil works contracts are slated to be awarded in the first 2 quarters of this year. Last year, the first of 2 25 tunnel boring machines, or TBMs, arrived even as the first construction works began on the country's first ever underground railway system. At this point in time, construction of the MMSP's partial operability section from Valenzuela to North Avenue is in full swing. When finally and fully completed, the Metro Manila subway will stretch from Valenzuela in the north to the NAIA Terminal 3 and then FTI in the south. The subway will enable commuters to travel from Quezon City to the NAIA in around 35 minutes. The DOTR plans to have the Metro Manila subway interconnected and interoperable with the North-South Commuter Railway System South segment. Meanwhile, the second tranche of the loan agreement for the MMSP was signed in February of this year, making available an additional 253 billion yen for the project, just as the funds from the first loan tranche was being used up. Overall, JICA has granted 848 billion yen in loans to support the Philippine government's program to expand, rehabilitate, and modernize the country's railway network. The Japanese government's support for the MMSP signifies its confidence in the Transportation Department's strengthened implementing capacity, including its ability to comply with official development assistance lenders' strict environmental, social, and governance safeguards.
The Metro Manila subway is being billed as the project of the century. At this point in time, it may be an apt description for a project that has taken nearly half a century to begin and perhaps complete construction since first being proposed. That's our Motoring Forum this week, courtesy of Suzuki Philippines.
Ambition. It's not a destination, nor a finish line. It's what you keep racing towards. To push. To the extremes. To race. 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 That's when you find the limit. That's our ambition. So you too can race yours.
Mitsubishi Strada athlete, confident to the core.
You are back with us here on Motoring Today. In line with our lifelong commitment to promote road safety, here is this week's road safety tip in cooperation with Toyota Motor Philippines.
When alighting a vehicle, do not cross the street right away dahil baka masagasaan ka ng paparating na sasakyan. Mas safe kung pupunta ka muna sa gilid ng kalsada, look left at right, at saka tumawid kung safe na.
Continuing with this week's edition of Motoring Today, let's now focus on proper driver's demeanor, especially for those driving PUVs. Here's Spying Chuper this week.
Payo Chuper lang kaibigan. Ako si Alejandro Luico, isang kapwa nyo Chuper. Huwag nang ipilit magsakay ng pasahero kung hindi nakasya.
Ang bawat pampasadang sasakyan ay mayroong tinatawag na passenger limit o bilang ng mga pasahero na magkakasya. Kapag puno na, iwasang magtawag pa ng ilan at ipagsiksikan. Tandaan din na bawal maglagay ng ekstra bangko sa gitna ng pampasadang sasakyan.
Palaging isipin na mahalaga rin na komportable ang ating mga pasahero. Ito po si Alejandro Loico, Payong Super lang, kaibigan mula sa inyong kapwa nyo, Super.
Ambition. It's not a destination, nor a finish line. It's what you keep racing towards. To push. To the extremes. To race. 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 That's when you find the limit. That's our ambition. So you too can race yours.
The Mitsubishi Strada athlete, confident to the core.
Welcome back to Motoring Today. World of Motorsports is next. We start with the latest news and developments.
Carlos Anton had an eventful race weekend at the Kalakasan Hill Climb Challenge held in hilly switchbacks in Pangasinan recently. The veteran race champion survived a crash on Saturday, suffering a busted lip and some bruises. But Carlos climbed back onto his race car on Sunday to set the overall best time of the Kalikasan Hill Climb Challenge and winning major awards in the race car and open classes. Carlos' son, Inigo, a race car champion himself, said after the exciting Hill Climb Challenge weekend that he was scared that something bad could happen to his father again following the Saturday incident. But I know my dad. He always told me that after a crash, you'd always get back on and try to win the race. That's exactly what he did, said the younger Anton.
And that's this week's World of Motorsports. We'll be back after this short break.
The Mitsubishi Montero Sport, mastery in motion.
Drive your ambition. Mitsubishi Motors.
Mitsubishi Strada athlete, confident to the core.
Welcome back to Motoring Today. The auto industry now takes center stage.
There's a new YouTube channel that will surely excite auto enthusiasts to like and subscribe. It's a channel newly launched by the AutoHub Group. The channel provides the latest reviews, reveals, exclusives, and updates on the many brands and models of vehicles and other products under the group.
We expect a lot of people to view it because in AutoHub, we are exclusive to a lot of interesting brands and we have a lot of tie-ups. I'm sure it's going to be very exciting.
Now marking its 23rd anniversary, the AutoHub Group comprises 22 multinational brands and operates over 65 dealer branches, making it the biggest network of dealerships in the country. This includes well-known automotive and motorcycle brands such as Rolls-Royce, Lotus, Mini, Ford, Mitsubishi, Suzuki, Geely, Fuso, MG, Nissan, Hyundai, Piaggio Ape, Vespa, Shelby, and Triumph.
Please like and subscribe and see all the announcements that are coming this 2022.
Can Geely also find success in the crowded sedan market as much as it did with its tree of SUVs, crossovers, and MPVs? Sojitz G Auto Philippines Corporation, or SGAP, the local Geely distributor, is confident that the 2022 M Grand, a subcompact sedan, will resonate with Filipino buyers. During the launch of the fourth member of Geely's local lineup, SGAP President Yosuke Nishi said that listening to its customers gave Geely confidence to bring in a sedan for the Filipino market. Geely is taking the same marketing strategy for M Grand that has proven successful with the Coolray, offering unique styling, advanced tech, and very competitive pricing. Nishi describes the fourth generation M Grand as packed with features normally expected from bigger cars, minus their expensive price. Geely is offering two variants of the M Grand, the Comfort and the Premium, both powered by a 1.5-liter gasoline engine generating 102 horsepower and 142 Nm of torque, made into an 8-speed continuously variable transmission. Suggested retail prices for the M Grand are 908,000 pesos for Premium and 798,000 pesos for Comfort. And for a limited period, Geely is offering a 50,000 peso discount, free 1-year periodic maintenance service inclusive of parts, oil, and labor, and a raffle entry for 3 lucky winners of 250,000 peso savings or rebate to early buyers of the M Grand.
Our Car of the Week is next on Showcase, courtesy of Prudential Guarantee. This edition of Showcase provides a sneak preview of the new Mitsubishi Xpander GLS 480 that will be arriving soon to Philippine shores.
There's a new Xpander coming. It's already out on the roads of Indonesia and should be in the country in 2 months' time. Before its official arrival in the country, Sunshine Television, producers of Autofocus and Motoring Today, got the opportunity to take a look at the refreshed 7-seater MPV. 2 variants of the refreshed Mitsubishi Xpander are expected, the GLS and the GLX. Both are listed at 4,595mm long, 1,750mm wide, and 1,750mm tall, with a 2,775mm long wheelbase and 225mm ground clearance. Mitsubishi has not been shy about making the Xpander look more like an SUV, with new signature T-shaped head and tail lights, and redesigned horizontal front bumper, side sills, and a larger 17-inch wheels. The new Xpander GLS features chrome dynamic shield grille, color-keyed front and rear bumpers with painted garnish, chrome beltline molding, silver painted side sill garnish, power folding chrome side view mirrors with integrated turn light. It also comes with LED type headlamps and front fog lamps with silver painted bezel. The GLS and the GLX come standard with rear window defogger, LED type tail lamps, lift type tailgate, rear spoiler with high mount stop lamp, front and rear towing hooks, and shark fin antenna. The new Xpander's interior has been given a makeover that takes on more of the styling of Mitsubishi's SUVs. Quite noticeable is the dashboard with Mitsubishi's horizontal axis design identity, as well as the soft padding accents that complement the soft door trims. The GLS dash also features a colored multi-information display monitor and a white-lit high-contrast instrument cluster. The seats are upholstered in rich fabric. Both front seats slide and recline, with the driver getting a dial-type height adjuster. The tray underneath the front passenger seat should prove to be quite useful for storing knickknacks or valuables. The second row seat for 3 splits 60-40 and slides, reclines, folds, and tumbles. The third row seat for 2 splits 50-50 and can be reclined as well as folded fully flat. The GLS features some leather on their gear shift knob and lever, as well as silver and piano black accents on the floor center console box that also comes with an armrest. The 3-spoke steering wheel on the GLS is also wrapped in leather. It also tilts and telescopes and comes with controls for audio system and cruise control. Mitsubishi has filled the new Xpander with many of the comfort and convenience features now standard in top-of-line MPVs or SUVs. These include keyless entry and engine push-start system, air conditioning with heater and digital controls for the GLS, as well as power windows and door locks, and electronic parking brake. The Xpander is also equipped with 3 12-volt accessory outlets in the instrument panel, the floor console box, and in the third row quarter trim. 6 cup holders, bottle holders on each of the 4 doors, a rear cargo storage box, and convenience hook on driver's seat. The new Xpander GLS infotainment system features a 7-inch smartphone link display, audio touchscreen with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, Bluetooth, radio tuner, a USB, and 6 speakers. The new Xpander that is expected to arrive this year is powered by a 1,499cc engine, 4-cylinder 16-valve MIVEC gasoline engine that generates 103 horsepower and 141 Nm of torque. The GLS also comes with a 4-speed automatic transmission that drives the front wheels. The new Xpander GLS rides a lot better than the one it will replace, able to absorb bumps and road imperfections with a lot less drama and less body roll around curves. This is probably because of the high-performance valves Mitsubishi installed in front and rear of the suspension system, which uses front McPherson struts, coil spring with stabilizer and rear torsion beam. The brakes provide the same confident and predictable stopping power, using ventilated front discs and leading and trailing jumps in the rear. Adding to confidence in braking is the anti-lock braking system with electronic brake force distribution, as well as brake assist in the GLS. The new GLS coming to town is also equipped with active stability control, traction control, and hill start assist. The incoming Xpander is also equipped with a surfeit of safety features, including front SRS airbags, 3-point ELR seatbelts for 7 with pre-tensioners in the front row, child-proof locks, tether anchor, side impact beams, and laminated green glass. This early, Mitsubishi has revealed that the new Xpander coming to town will be available in 5 colors, including Blade Silver Metallic, and prices will start at 1.03 million pesos.
If you like the looks and the new features of the incoming Xpander, Mitsubishi dealers are now taking reservations. That's our featured vehicle on this week's showcase, courtesy of Prudential Guarantee.
Drive worry-free with Prudential Guarantee's auto insurance program, with a free 24-hour nationwide roadside assistance included with your comprehensive auto insurance. Rest assured, we'll take care of you and your car wherever you are. Prudential Guarantee's auto insurance program, 100% worry-free driving.
Ambition. It's not a destination, nor a finish line. It's what you keep racing towards, to push, to the extremes, to race, race, race. That's when you find the limit. That's our ambition, so you too can race yours.
Introducing the all-new Isuzu D-Max into new heights.
Suzuki Ertiga.
Life is beating fast. Find what you're waiting for.
Seven-seater in style.
We now have our segment that dwells on the wide array of motoring problems, not only in the metro, but all over the country as well. This is where we present problems referred to us or we ourselves see and hope to fully find solutions for. Our public service segment is next.
The EDSA busway has been operational since July 1 of the pandemic year 2020. And ever since, there were issues the transport authorities and concessionaires have faced. Now in the new normal, one of our followers, Mr. Floyd Drama, voiced that there are already pits on the dedicated bus lane on EDSA. Just recently, we took the EDSA carousel bus, albeit from Parañaque to Mandaluyong only. While my companions and I were not able to verify the claim, others may have experienced and felt the bumps on different areas. Nevertheless, this is something that concerned agencies should work on. We shall ask the authorities for their reaction and actions to be taken.
And that's our public service segment this week. Should you yourself encounter motoring problems that need immediate attention, please feel free to contact us. See the details being flashed on your screen. And that's the week that was in motoring. Thank you for joining us. Also, please don't forget to check us out on social media.
Until next week here on Motoring Today, now on its 35th year of continuing service to the general motoring public with a lifelong commitment to promote road safety. On behalf of our dad, Butch Gamboa, I'm Ray Louie Gamboa.
And I'm Susie Gamboa. Happy motoring!